The Celtic Forever Podcast, home of the champions.
Hello again, everybody. Happy New Year to you all. I am Xander. Got John here to go through the Glasgow Derby on Saturday, 12:30 kick-off. It's no one that any of us are looking forward to, let's be perfectly honest with you. But it is a Glasgow Derby. Anything can happen. Let's bring in John. How are you, John? How was your New Year?
That's quite as usual. You know me, I don't like New Year and all that stuff. But just quiet, Xander. I don't drink either, so aye. Just a glass of dilute orange juice.
Yeah,
that's it. Happy New Year.
Yeah, yeah. Happy New Year to everybody. And you know, New Year isn't what it used to be, is it? So I'm just glad it's over and done with. Celtic play the Rangers on January the 3rd. So, as I said at the start there, John, it's no one that we're actually looking forward to, is it?
Definitely no. After watching that Motherwell game, the last thing I'm in the mood for is a Glasgow Derby, to be honest with you, because, well, on you go. the least I say about that, the better.
Yeah, we'll have a wee word on the Motherwell game, John, because we've not had our say on that yet. But it was absolutely dreadful. But before we go into anything like that, we'll get the competition out the road just now. Correct score competition for the Rangers game. Get your guess into the comments section. One guess each. Correct score. Get the guess right. 3 points into that league table if you are indeed in the league table. That's all your regulars. All 24 of you. If you're in it, get your guess in. And good luck with that. Even if you're not in the league table and you want to join the league table, leave your name in the comments and we'll add you to the league table. But remember, add your name saying that you want to join the league table. Because we did get a few new entries into that, John, and they didn't say they wanted into the league table, so I've not added them. Anyway, that's it. Good luck with that, everybody. Correct score competition for the Glasgow Derby. Wee bits of news surrounding Celtic. Obviously, earlier on today, Celtic have signed the first player in the January transfer window, John, and it's a 6-month loan deal. It's unbelievable. Looks as though we're not going to spend any money at all. 6-month loan deal for Julian Araujo, John. He's a right back, a right wing back as well. Can play further up the park as well. So we've got him in the door anyway, John. Bournemouth right back. We've got him for 6 months. Very pacey. I saw the wee video of him. He's got tremendous pace. He's got a good tackle on him as well. So any player in the door, I suppose, if he's half decent, as a bonus at this point.
Aye, and he plays on the right-hand side where Celtic are right now chronically weak. And I mean, I'd say that's me being kind. They're just so poor all over the defence, actually. So any kind of cover in that position is good news. Don't think we'll get a striker in the door, mind you, but the right side of defence was weak. We've missed Alistair Johnson for months, haven't we? We've absolutely missed him. And this whole change of formation thing, the defenders that are there, they can't play it. They just cannot play that system.
Yeah, but we had Wilfred Nancy's press conference earlier on today as well. And I don't think he knows what the system is. 1 minute he's saying we've got 5 at the back, then he's saying we've got 3 at the back, then he's saying sometimes we've got 2 at the back. I'm not sure he even knows what the system is. But as far as I'm concerned, it's a 3-4-2-1. And it just is not working at all against any opposition whatsoever. I know we beat Aberdeen, but that was a 10-man Aberdeen, you've got to remember, and a bottom of the league Livingston team, John. So very poor, very, very poor. I think the fans are not happy at all just now. Comments everywhere just wanting, Wilfred Nancy sacked, basically. I've even saw comments, wanting Celtic to lose the Glasgow Derby so that he's gone by Sunday morning, John. So that's not my thinking at all. I'll always want Celtic to win every single Glasgow Derby, John. But, that's how strong the feeling is just now.
Aye, well, this is it, isn't it? I mean, I was actually watching, I don't know if you've seen the video with Ross Stewart saying he hopes Rangers win.
All right.
So look, I don't really care what that guy thinks. I don't like him anyway, but it tells you that guys like that are coming out. I mean, he's a high-profile Celtic fan.
Yeah.
And he's saying that he wants the Rangers to win this one, which is, I think that kind of reflects the feelings of probably 95% of Celtic fans right now. No, me personally. No, I don't mean that it's 95% of Celtic fans want Rangers to win. I mean, they want Wilfred Nancy out the door. That's what I mean. I'm sure every Celtic fan on earth, most of them anyway, want Celtic to absolutely trounce them tomorrow. I'm one of them. You're one of them. All our listeners are one of them. But Rod Stewart's come out and says he hopes Rangers win. I can understand him saying that because he's no happy with Nancy at the club.
Yeah, well, as I said, the press conference was earlier on the Friday, and John, I listened to the guy, and it's as if he's talking in riddles, to be honest with you. And I feel for him, I really do. He's just totally out of his depth, Mr. Nancy, John, because, you know, he's saying things like, you know, we're on track, you know. How can 5 defeats in 7 games be a sign that we're on track? You know, if anything, we could be further away from the track, to be honest with you, John. It's pretty bad, it really is. He's also said that he's not going to change the system, so he's sticking to his guns. He's very, very stubborn, the man. What I did like is he said in the press conference, is he called the Rangers Rangers. So I think we'll start calling the Rangers Rangers from now on. So that was quite good. But no, John, he's just out his depth, the man.
Brendan Rangers.
Yeah, it says we play our Rangers tomorrow. I thought that was funny. Anyway, moving on, John, we'll move on with other wee bits of news. Puzzi, he is going to be recalled by Manchester City in the next day or two. He did, turn up for training earlier on Friday. But it looks as though he's not going to kick another ball for Celtic. No, they kicked him in to start with. There's
a few balls I could talk about kicking right now at Celtic.
I mean, John, you make a good point there, actually, John. Before you go into Puzzi, you make an absolutely stellar point there, because these players have got a lot to answer for as well, John. These guys have won trophy after trophy, cup after cup, success for years and years. I've put the tools away. Let's be honest, I've put the tools away. They're not understanding a different strategy or formation, John. And the professional football players have got to remember. You look at some of these guys that played against Motherwell the other night. Bernardo looked lost. Ralston, pathetic. Yang, nowhere to be seen. Scales. What's happened to Scales? Scales was an absolute rock in defence for Celtic. Now he just looks. He doesn't know what he's doing. Trusty was an absolute bomb scare. Tierney, Kieran Tierney is nowhere near the player he was first time around at Celtic. Daiz Amida, he looks as though he wants out the door. Shin Yamada looks as though he was a wee boy lost. It's more or less the full team against Motherwell, John, just did not turn up whatsoever. And it looks as though they put the tools away. The boys have put the tools away, John, and we're coming up for this Glasgow derby. And against Motherwell, John, they just Motherwell played us off the park.
Well, look, it wouldn't be hard to play Celtic off the park the way they played against Motherwell, because every player to a man was standing off of them when they had the ball in the defensive third up to the midfield. Celtic players were backing off Motherwell players, giving them all the space in the world they needed, and pushing Celtic back. They were scared of them. That's the only word I can think to use. They were absolutely terrified of Motherwell. And look, this is Motherwell we're talking about, an absolute Diddy team deluxe. Isn't Barcelona? And that Celtic team were terrified of that. I don't know if they're terrified of the system. They don't know what they're supposed to be doing. No disrespect to Motherwell, by the way, but they're a Diddy team. Let's face the facts. They know exactly what I say is Barcelona. Rangers turned them over. That's how bad Motherwell were. look, I hate saying anything about Motherwell because look, they thoroughly deserved their win. I'm not taking that away from them. 100%, they deserved a win, but they're no great shakes. This is Motherwell Football Club we're talking about, and that Celtic team were terrified of them. Hanging back, no tackling, staying away from them, giving them all the space in the world. Defence was abysmal. The wee guy in the park out jumping the biggest guy. What's the heck's going on? Honestly, it's comical. It is comical watching that, but look, we can only hope it's a better performance tomorrow against the Rangers, because I feel a tanking coming on, because I think Rangers have got far better players than Celtic.
Yeah, well, I don't know about better players just now because all the injuries.
Sorry, Xander, I didn't mean Celtic. I mean they've got far better players than Motherwell. What I meant to say.
Yeah, of course. I mean, Rangers took that 1-0 off Motherwell. Motherwell team that showed up at Ibrox and did nothing, apparently, apart from get denied a penalty. But apart from that, they've done nothing. And Rangers take the 3 points. You know, that's how settled Rangers are as a football team, John. Celtic, on the other hand, Wilfred Nancy came in after Martin O'Neill and just totally ripped everything up, John. It's absolutely pathetic. It really is. Then you've got the Motherwell team who are, as you say, passing the ball about like Barcelona. But you've got to bear in mind, these guys that play for Celtic, they're all top players. They are all top players. But 40% of our top players, John, are either missing, suspended, or away on international duty. It's not an excuse, but it is the facts, John. That is a fact. We've got so many players out just now. And we don't need to go through them all. We know all the players that are out. And it's a lot, John. It really is a lot of players. Alistair Johnson, Osmond, Vickers, Jota, Iniacho, Tenecti, Balak, Wisha, Sirachi. You know, John, it's a good 8 or 9 players out of the team anyway, and that's going to affect any team. It really is. But it's no excuse, John, because there is still a lot of top quality players there that should be doing a job for us just now.
Absolutely, they should be scalping Motherwell for a start. They should be absolutely tanking them with the players that we've got. And what I seen the other night there, and I'll use an analogy again. It's not an analogy, but a comparison. It's the Celtic women level. That's the level Celtic men's team are playing at. They were so poor, it's unbelievable. And look, they should be ashamed of themselves, to be honest with you, the players. I don't know who to blame first, the players for being terrified of Motherwell, or the manager for giving out duff tactics and taking off our best players at half time. The guy hasn't got a clue. He has not got a clue.
Yeah, and he's so stubborn he won't change it up. So it all points to one result on Saturday. But it is a derby, it is at home, and anything can happen, of course. And we're going to talk about it in a wee minute. But let's finish off the news, gossip and stuff like that. As I say, John Pusey, he won't kick another ball for Celtic. He'll be back to Manchester City. A loan deal that was just a total disaster. We brought in this other boy on loan, Arajo. I would just hope that that's a wee bit more successful, John.
Aye, well, this is it. We don't know. I mean, I'm not getting excited over a lone player from Bournemouth. Far from it. I think Ryan Christie, the COVID guy that done a runner at the end of the season, never showed up during the COVID season. Him and his wee pal Armstrong, two absolute mugs. I never want to see at Celtic again. But no, look, we've got a loanee player from Bournemouth. I'm not getting excited about that. Guy might be a great player. We'll wait and see tomorrow if he gets a start or not. But I don't think any Celtic fans are getting excited about getting a player from Bournemouth on loan.
I know, John. I know. It's but as a bit of fresh blood, shall we say, into the club, because Ralston. We'll talk about Ralston later, John, when we get into the predicted starting 11 for the Rangers game. Speaking of the Rangers game, let's get right into it, John. Let's not beat about the bush. Let's get into this Glasgow derby. 12:30 kick-off on Saturday, John. It's a Saturday kick-off, January the 3rd. It's, as I say, it's one we're not looking forward to at all. Even if we do win this game, John, even if we do beat the Rangers, it'd be tremendous for a few days, of course, John. But, you should know for a fact, next time out, John, we'll struggle again. he's just not getting the best out of the players, is he?
He's not getting anything out of the players. Look, we had one, you could call it decent performance against Aberdeen. But like you said earlier, that was 10 men.
Yeah.
So that doesn't really go for much. Livingston absolutely struggled against Livingston. The defence is absolutely shocking. I think that's a game Livingston should have took something out of, if I'm being honest. I think we should be looking at 6 defeats in 1-1. But no, he's getting nothing out of the players. If I was in charge of that, if that was my mess, I'd start by saying, look, we're going to get back to playing the way that you used to play. We're going to start with the 4 at the back. We're going to start playing the way that you know how to play and see if we can turn things around until we get used to playing my system. We'll practice that system in training. But when it comes to the game on the park, we'll use your old system. But we'll also practice the old system. You know what I mean? You've got to practice a couple of systems. You can't just stick to your guns when you're getting absolutely thumped by absolute diddy teams.
Yeah, he needs a full pre-season, John, to get that implemented. That's quite simply the case. You can't come in halfway through a season and then implement a full new structure for the team, John. It was never going to work, really. Let's be honest.
No, it's like one of the nightmares. You wake up and you say, "Thank goodness that was a dream." It's honestly, I've never seen a Celtic team play worse than what I did against Motherwell the other night there. And I says that previously about another game that Nancy was in charge. I can't remember what game it was, but so poor. It's nothing like Celtic. What he's done, he's come in and changed a winning formula into a laughing stock. That's what he's done.
Yeah,
champions for champions into a laughing stock.
Yeah, and I just can't see it getting any better. He should have been sacked before now, John. That's my opinion. Nancy should have been sacked after Motherwell, and somebody brought in to, temporary charge up until the end of the season, because preferably Martin O'Neill. And I'm hearing rumours, by the way, that he's on standby already. He's cancelled the various things he had planned, Mr. O'Neill. So, don't get me wrong, John, I still want Celtic to win on Saturday against the Rangers. But Wilfred Nancy, he really is on his last legs. I think the first manager ever to lose the first 2 games. He's also the first manager to lose the first 4 games since 1978. A win ratio of 28%, John. It's just absolutely dreadful. It really is. Okay, referee for this one on Saturday is Stephen McLean. He is your man in the middle. Your man on the VAR is Mr. Clancy. He is on the VAR. So it's Clancy and Stephen McLean. Any thoughts there, John?
Nah, I don't really care, to be honest with you. I think Celtic, the way Celtic are right now, I don't think it would make a jot of difference if you had Andrew Dallas and John Beaton in charge of the game, and that other halfwit, what's his name again?
Robertson.
Aye. It wouldn't make a jot of difference, Andrew, if we had they 3 in charge of the game.
It just rolls off the tongue, that, doesn't it? And you've got to laugh at Danny Rowe as well, coming out saying he wants the referee to be strong. He wants the referee to be strong. Now, this is the same Danny Rowe who every single game he's been in charge of has been awarded penalties after 10 minutes of injury time every game. Opposite teams getting denied stone wall penalties. John, how much stronger does he want these referees to be?
I've got nothing to say to that. I don't know.
You know what I mean? Play to your score, basically. I mean, the Rangers are involved. The team's getting denied stone wallers every single weekend, and he wants referees to be strong. What a guy. What a laugh that guy is. Anyway, as I say, that's your referees, John, for this one. Let's have a wee look at the betting, John. Let's have a wee look at the betting. And this, it really did surprise me a wee bit, actually, the betting on this one, John. Because we've got Celtic at evens. evens. We've got the draw at 3-1, and we've got Rangers, John. The Rangers, Danny Rowe included, with strong referees, priced at 3-1. Now, I'm shocked at that, John, to be honest with you. What do you think of that?
That's a bit of a surprise. 3-1 for them. Because all they've been doing recently is collecting confidence after every Celtic defeat. They've got an eye on Celtic, and they know Celtic are struggling. So that is a big surprise. That Danny Rowan scrambled egg. He was talking.
We've never actually spoken with that guy, John. Have we, Danny Rowe? That's the first statement I've read for him about referee wanting the referee to be strong. I mean, sorry, John, what were you saying there?
It's just a typical Rangers manager. All the garbage they come out with. And what's his name, by the way? Is it Roll? Is it Rule? Or is it Roll?
We'll call it Roll because it makes you hungry when you talk about him.
I don't need to talk about him to be hungry. Trust me.
No. But no, that's a nonsense anyway, John. But I'm shocked at the odds. I mean, that 3-1 price is with Betfred. The draw 3-1 and Celtic evens. You know, Celtic are favourite going into this. For no other thing I can think of, the reasoning behind it is because we're at home, John. No other reason other than the fact we're at Paradise.
That must be it. I mean, there is no other reason. I take it these guys that make up those didn't watch the Motherwell game, the Livingston game, and all the other games we lost before that.
Yeah, St Mirren, Dundee United, Dundee.
Aye, I'm just guessing the guys that make the odds up never watch them games because I don't know. I was going on about this guy Nancy. If I was in charge of Celtic, the first thing I would do would be to change it back to the old ways. That's what everybody wants. Everybody wants to see Celtic players playing that system that's won them treble after treble after treble, trophy after trophy, winning the league by country miles. Then this guy comes in and changes it all. I just don't get it. I know we've spoke about it, but I just don't get it. I can't fathom the idea why somebody would actually do that. Can you?
No. And of course, opinions will change if we win the Glasgow Derby, John. And your opinions will change about this man.
My opinion.
That's it. But how much will they change? Because we've seen it before. We've seen the win against Aberdeen and Livingston. And then one of the worst performances I think I've ever seen Celtic players put in, John, against Motherwell. That was, there's no words can describe how embarrassing that was. It was beyond embarrassing, that performance against Motherwell. And you said earlier, John, fair play to Motherwell, they get their win. They're a decent wee team. They play some nice stuff. But they didn't put a performance in like that against Rangers at Ibrox, where everybody is taking points off them. So, you know, it's just the confidence that all these teams are getting when they come up against Celtic now, John, because they know that Nancy, he's changed everything up. The players aren't playing for him. They're not listening to the manager. They're not listening to his assistant either. And they're taking full advantage of it.
Aye, well, this is it. I mean, I said this before, we laughed at them for years. And I've been reading the comments on your last two videos, or the short video, and it's full of Rangers fans laughing at Celtic. I mean, can you blame them? I absolutely don't blame them. Because if that was on the other foot and that was Rangers that was happening to, the Rangers, we'd be having a field day, wouldn't we? We'd be loving it, we'd be laughing at them. We have done it. I've done it, you've done it, every Celtic fan's done it. Laughed at them for absolute years. So they're enjoying their wee bit of magic right now. That's absolute bliss for them. But they'll go back into their boxes if Celtic turn them over at Celtic Park tomorrow, trust me. Yeah,
that's it, John. You've got to bear in mind it's a Rangers team that are still 9 points behind Hearts. So what is it they're celebrating? So anyway, John, it doesn't matter. It's down to what we do against them on Saturday, as you say, John. They'll be back in their boxes with a win for Celtic, and that's what we're all hoping for. And the lefty comments running, John, for that reason alone, you know, because we're still in with a great shout of winning this league title. There's still time. There is still time for Celtic to change things up, get a new manager in, and get the players up and running again. And we're at the start of a January transfer window where we can do some business in the January transfer window. I know this loan signing doesn't look great because it's a loan signing. We haven't paid any money for this boy. Don't know how good he is. We'll find out on Saturday, as you say, John. But the board really need to start splashing the cash, John, because the fans are just not going to put up with it, are they?
No, definitely not. There's no way the fans will put up with that. But you know what the Celtic board's like? They'll probably still believe in this guy, Nancy. And I think they do still believe in him. I was just looking through the news there while you were talking as well, and I came across that picture. Some channel called Video Celts put up a photograph, and it says the picture Celtic fans were dreading, and it's a picture of Carl McGregor and Nancy in training. I think the Celtic fans were all expecting Martin O'Neill to be in charge of this game for some reason. I never expected it, and I don't expect it. Because, I mean, I know Martin O'Neill cancelled a couple of events, but that could be down to anything. He could have family problems or anything like that. I don't think it's anything to do with Celtic.
Yeah, I think he is on standby, though, John, if Celtic lose to Rangers on Saturday. Because that will be Nancy's last game if that happens. It must be, John. We can't play 8 games and lose 6 of them.
Well, you'll find out tomorrow at 2:00.
Yeah, well, that's it, John. Okay, let's continue with the betting. Let's continue with that. We correct score betting. I'm going to do the correct score because if we do the correct score competition, it'll give some of the listeners a wee idea. 2-1 to Celtic is at 15-2. 1-0 to Celtic's priced at 9-1. 2-0 to Celtic priced at 10-1. 3-1 to Celtic priced at 12-1. A 1 each draw, 7-1. A 2 each draw, 11-1. Nothing each draw at 18-1. And a couple of results for our Rangers win. 2-1 win for Rangers is 12-1. And a 1-0 win for the Rangers is 14-1, with a 2-0 win for them priced at 20-1. So, I mean, the odds do show Celtic as favourites, obviously, John, no matter what you look at here, whether it's correct score or just straight odds, Celtic are the favourites. But Celtic have been the favourites in many of these losses, John. Motherwell, Dundee United, St Mirren, and whoever else we've been beat with. There's been a few. But it doesn't make a jot of difference, as you say, John. The odds mean absolutely nothing.
No, they mean nothing. Especially with I'm just still surprised at them odds. I'm really surprised at that. But, you know, that's the way the bookies see it. I don't know what Celtic team they've been watching. I don't know if they've been reading the news about Celtic and all that, how the fans want this guy Nancy sacked. But there you go, that's the odds. On Nancy, do you think he can improve the team in time? I'm not one of these guys saying straight out for weeks and weeks, sack him. I'm looking at it now, and I did say, even if results were favourable for Celtic the last couple of weeks, I would still be on the fence with him until I see improvement. And I haven't seen any improvement. And this is his last chance, Amora. And even if he wins this game, the jury's still out. And I still won't be sure of him until I see a Celtic team turn up on a park and don't fear anybody. Because right now, they fear absolutely everybody.
Yeah, your actual words were, after the first 2 defeats, John, was you were going to give them the chance, but you want to see a string of 5 or 6 wins. Going on a wee run was your words, going Celtic to go on a wee run of consecutive wins, John. And it just hasn't happened, has it? So, I know exactly what you're saying, John, but I think, there's so many Celtics. I mean, I've not seen one single comment over the last, say, maybe 3 games, say, that want to keep this guy on, John, especially after the Motherwell game. Every single comment was they want the man out the door. And some of the comments were pretty harsh. I'm not going to repeat anything that's been said. Some just wanted him to leave because he's out of his depth. But we can't go on losing games after losing games. I mean, how much a chance can this guy get? 5 defeats, John. 5 defeats in 7 games. And a loss against the Rangers, 8 defeats. 8 games and 6 defeats. is just unheard of for Celtic Football Club. So it's down to the board, John. It's down to them. They've got to make the big decisions. The only thing that would maybe keep Wilfred Nancy in the job, even if we do lose on Saturday, is the big payout. The board want to pay out those mega millions to Wilfred Nancy.
Aye, well, this is it, and this is the other thing. I don't know how many millions it would be to pay him off. A couple of £1 million or something like that. Worth it all day.
Yeah, I don't know what the exact figure would be either, to be honest with you. I haven't even looked into that, but I'd imagine it would be two or three, maybe £4 million, John. But let's get this game out the road first anyway, John. This game against the Rangers and see what happens after that, because we might go out there and put in an outstanding performance and beat the Rangers convincingly, and then people's opinions will change if that happens, John. So we've just got to wait and see. Okay, as regards to the game, I did say earlier on we've got all these players out injured or away on international duty. Sriracha still out injured, no timeline for him yet. Iniacho still out injured. Tanetti away on international duty. Balikwisha international duty. Jota due back to later on this month. Carter Vickers out to at least March. Osmond, he'll be back later this month as well. Possibly February for him, and Alistair Johnson February as well, John. So it's just a list as long as your arm. And John, and as regards to the Motherwell game, back to the Motherwell game for a wee second, I couldn't believe that I was asking for Johnny Kenny to come on. We had absolutely nothing up for that. I know Johnny Kenny missed a lot of chances, chance after chance after chance, sitter after sitter, John, but he was getting into the positions where he was getting the chances. We didn't even have that against Motherwell.
No, I think by the time I turned it off, I think Celtic had 2 shots in goal. I think Motherwell scored their second goal, and I was like, that's enough, get that off. And I think up to that point, Celtic had 2 shots in goal.
Yeah. Well, you think about this game on Saturday when it comes around, John. We are looking at players like Yang, Ralston, to do the business against the Rangers, John. And not just they two, Tierney, out of form. Not just out of form. No, it doesn't look fit either. Let's be honest, John. It doesn't look fit. Players like Bernardo who just have nothing now to offer. Big Trusty, an absolute bombshell. What's he going to be like against the Rangers, John? I know these guys might put in an outstanding performance, but I'm just going by what I saw against Motherwell, John. Daiza Maeda. No, he wanted out the club on the summer there, John. He wanted out the club in the summer, and he's maybe been promised that he'll be leaving in January, and maybe that's been taken away. I don't know, John, but he just did not look happy, and he did not look interested against Motherwell.
I just think it's the system that they're playing in. I don't think any of them's happy playing in that. I don't think they like it. I don't think they can play in that system. I think the players that Celtic had brought in over the years were bought to play the system that Celtic play that was successful for them. And now it's all turned around. And I'll go back to it again. You're talking about these players that they don't look happy. They're no performing well. They're terrified playing in that system. They players are no good enough to play in that system. He's trying to make Celtic play like Barcelona without the players. It's like trying to make Shettleston Juniors play like Barcelona, just no get the players. They just having to get the players to play in that system. It's as simple as that. And he's trying and they won't give up with it. Get yourself a break, mate. Give up. It's no working. Go back to the way these boys play, the way the players were bought to play in that system. And you can see it in every one of their faces. Their body language is terrible. And I'm surprised Celtic are favourites to win that tomorrow. I'm really, really surprised. I know Rangers are poor, but I'm really surprised with that, by the way. Celtic are favourites.
Yeah, we're beyond poor even, John. We're dreadful, absolutely dreadful. Deja out for them, Ant-Man out for them, Bajram also out, and Cornelius. That's the 4 that's out for the Rangers. Quick run through the squads, just a quick, and then we'll have a wee chat about that, John. Schmeichel in goal, Ralston, Trusty and Tierney, Yang, Engels, McGregor, McCowan, Nygren, Kenny and Maeda. I think Kenny will come back in. A quick look at the Rangers team. It'll be Butland, Tavernier, Suter, Fernandez, Bigoma, Asgard, who scored the winning goal in the last 2 games, by the way. Raskin, Diamond, Gassama, Moore and Shamiti for them. That's my predicted lineups for both the teams, John. But let's have a wee quick word on the Celtic squad. Schmeichel in goal, John. Second goal against Motherwell. Absolute bomb scare. Straight to the Celtic player who had to pass it out because he was under pressure. Straight to the Motherwell player. Boom. 2-0. Schmeichel needs dropped. I don't care if Sinisalo conceded 2 goals against, who was it, Livingston. John, we need him back in between the sticks.
Aye, he's a better keeper. No doubt about it. I mean, Sinisalo, these shots that were fired at him were unstoppable. They were leathered into the net. And it was poor defending that caused it. It's nothing to do with the goalkeeper. There's some things with goalkeepers, it's out of their grasp. They can't do anything about it. And that was 2 day goals against Livingston. There's nothing the keeper could do about them. Absolutely nothing. They were leathered in after defensive blunders by Celtic. So I don't blame Sinisalo one bit for any of the goals. Kasper Schmeichel, on the other hand, he's handing goals to teams on a plate.
Yeah. We'll wait and see what happens on Saturday, John. The other one was Ralston, an absolute train wreck against Motherwell also. I think we should start with the new boy, Arajo, but we'll probably start with Ralston in this one, John.
He's no pace, Ralston. That's his problem. He's absolutely no pace. I could run faster than him. I'm in my 50s. I could sprint past him. The guy's just no get the pace. He's a good, solid right back. He's playing out of position as well, remember. I know he's playing the right of a central 3, but that's not his position. He's a right back. He's a full back. He's not a central defender. And between him, Trusty and Scales, and you can include Tierney in that as well, they're shipping us some amount of goals. And that defence has got to change pronto. The players that can play in that Wilfred Nancy system, hopefully it won't be there too long anyway. Won't have to put up with that system anymore. That's all I can say.
Yeah, it's a bit of a mess, isn't it? But you never know. We could flourish again with a win against the Rangers. That's what we're all hoping for. Especially
Well, no wonder you're laughing.
Yeah, but Celtic Park, John, anything's possible. It really is. Tierney's another worry for me on the left back. Who else have we got at left back? Just Ratchet, he's out injured. There's no anybody we can bring in, John. It's got to be Tierney, I suppose. Or we bring in the young boy, the young centre back, John, and put Scales over on the left. But either way, John, I think it's the defence is just, it's gone, isn't it? It's gone. Trusty, Bombscare, Tierney, really off form, and Ralston, as you say, playing out of position.
Aye, well, this is it. They're all playing out of position. Kieran Tierney's out of position. Yang's out of position. He's playing as a fullback. He's never a fullback in a million years. He set up one of the goals against Livingston, tried to slide tackle the boy that hit the ball into the net, tried to slide tackle, knocked it right into his path. Things like that. You know what I mean? Luke McCown playing as a right wing back, all that garbage. But I just haven't got a clue what's going on. He's just came in. It's like a jigsaw puzzle and all the pieces don't fit. If you want to look at it that way, that's exactly what it is. Take an 11-piece jigsaw puzzle, but all the bits are off of different jigsaws. That's what we have got. The pieces do not fit. It isn't working, and he's persevering with it. Is this guy in here to wreck Celtic?
Yeah, it's the board that's the worry for me, John. They're not listening to the supporters. They are not listening. They don't care what the supporters are trying to say. They're sticking to what the board would rather be proven right than listen to the Celtic supporters. That's the worry, isn't it?
This is it. It's a big ego problem with the board, isn't it? They've got a massive ego and they're not letting anything get in their way. They'll stand by this guy. They will stand by him. If he loses this game, the fans will make sure that this guy isn't in charge of Celtic for another game after that. I can guarantee you that. Celtic fans won't put up with that.
Yeah, that's it. And you know, it's it's a never-ending circle, if you like, John, because then it moves on to season tickets. The fans will stop buying the season tickets. There'll be less money into the club. We'll not be able to sign more players. It's just a vicious circle. It really is. That's why it needs sorted now. It needs nipped in the bud now. Uh, who else can we have a wee word about who potentially be starting on Saturday, John? Shin Yamada, the boy. I mean, we saw the video with the boy when he signed for Celtic, John. He looked brilliant. He looked good in the air. He had pace. He had a very good finish on him. He looks as though he's got nothing now.
Oh, he's no played a lot, has he? I mean, that doesn't help matters. He hasn't played anything.
Yeah,
Suddenly,
but sorry, John, you look at the young boy who scored against Rangers in the last game, Osmond, who hadn't played many minutes at all. But look at what he done when he came on. But for me, Shin Yamada looks as though he's got nothing to offer whatsoever.
but Callum Osmond wasn't playing under Nancy.
Well, that's true as well, I suppose, I did, John. I don't know. I just see a very, very low effort being put in by all the players, and it's scary stuff, John. It's scary stuff, and it might all change against Rangers. It really might all change if we come out there with a 2-1 or a 3-1 or something like that, and we'll all be ecstatic again, John. But I just can't see it. You know, right now, as we sit here talking about this, I'd bite your hand off for a draw.
Oh, definitely, aye, definitely the way things are right now. That's what my score prediction was going to be anyway. But even that, it's me being optimistic to say the least, because I just don't trust this team at all. They look terrified. I've said it a dozen times today. They look terrified against Motherwell. They were scared of them. You could see it. I'm watching that game. Motherwell have got the ball in the defence, and the Celtic players are backing off, gone sideways. What are you doing? Get stuck into them. Shut them down. All the time in the world to pick passes and all that. And they were getting picked half down their flanks constantly. And remember, I said it earlier, Rangers have got better players than Motherwell. And they'll destroy us if Celtic play like that, stand off them. They'll destroy us. I'm not saying they're a great team, because they're far from it, the Rangers. They're a very poor team. But they've got better players than Motherwell. And if Motherwell can do that to us, what can a better team do?
Yeah, that's it, John. Yeah, and I also wanted a wee quick word on the carry on with Kasper Schmeichel and the Celtic supporters. I don't know if you heard that against Motherwell. You know, there's also been another run-in. That's been a couple of run-ins between the goalkeeper and the supporters. I don't know what's going on there. Don't know what's been shouted at the goalkeeper or vice versa, but the fans started singing Schmeichel, get take, you know the word, John, again. Not them all, I've got to say right here, right now, it's not them all that's singing it, but there was a handful of Celtic supporters singing that. Heard it coming through the microphones and the telly, John. I don't know if you heard that.
No, because I watched it with the sound in.
All right.
I couldn't listen to Motherwell fans cheering and all that. I couldn't listen to the commentators. Like, get that done, man. Sound off, game off with 25 minutes to go off. Just a nightmare. But
Yeah.
I can understand the Celtic fans singing that to him, because he's absolutely brutal. I don't know how many goals he's cost us this season. And that wasn't just under Nancy, by the way. That was under Brendan Rodgers as well.
Yeah, well, it was Michael Stewart on the TV that pointed it out to me, and I did hear the Celtic fans singing it. I thought maybe they were singing something else, and then Michael Stewart brought up the point, a run-in between the fans and the goalkeeper. So I don't know exactly what happened there at Motherwell. And by the way, how excited was Michael Stewart getting with Motherwell?
I don't know, because I had the sound in, but I did watch it up until 2-0. I think I turned the sound down after 1-0, because I couldn't listen to the commentators or loving it. You know what I mean? I can't listen to that. You know they're desperate for Celtic to get beat, the commentators. You know that when you're listening to it. And so I turned the sound off, and I just watched it with the sound down, then turned it off after the second Motherwell goal. I'm surprised it lasted that long, actually.
You always live in hope, didn't you? It's not like the Celtic of old where you're 2-0 down there's still a chance. It wasn't like that against Motherwell. It's not been like that since Nancy's come in the door, let's be honest. Right, John, correct score time then. And that'll bring us on to predictor as well. I got one right last weekend. Ayr won, Morton won. That puts it up to 19-12. So still 7 ahead with games running out. So it brings us on to this week predicting. We'll start with the Celtic Rangers game, John. What do you think?
It's only 18-12, by the way.
No, is it, John? Right, okay, 18-12.
See that?
Thanks for your honesty. Yeah, very honest. I'll get you that pint later. No,
right.
what do you think, John? It's no. We don't like to go against Celtic, even no matter what's happening. We don't like to, unless it's in Europe against Barcelona or something like that. We'll maybe say Celtic will get beat. But it's against the Rangers, John, and we never want to say we're going to get beat. But you've got to be honest sometimes. What do you think the score's going to be?
Well, look, it doesn't matter if they play this new guy in the right side of defence or whatever position. You might play him up front. Who knows with this Nancy guy? But it doesn't matter if he plays in that place where Ralston plays in the right side of the three, because the Rangers will target him because he's a newbie. He's a newcomer. He's a newcomer to the derby. So the Rangers players would target him anyway. Just even thinking about switching the telly to watch that. It might turn out well for Celtic. I really don't know. But I'm not going to bet against Celtic. I fear the worst at the same time. For this defence, the boys just getting hit down the flank. Guys like the bogus gas man getting onto it. Fast wee player. Do you know what I mean, Xander? Celtic, if Ralston's up against him in that system, it could be anything the Rangers want it to be honest with you, because the defence it's the worst I've ever seen. It's the worst defence in the league. And this Nancy guy won't revert back to the way the boys like playing. I'm not saying the players are bad players, because they're all good players. We know that. They're just getting duff tactics. That's all. They're getting duff tactics, and they don't know how to handle it. Anyway, that's the long way of going about saying I'm predicting a 2-2.
Okay. Fair play, John. Fair play. I know what you're saying, John, about everything that you said there. And I was going to say something there about what you're saying there, but it's left me. It maybe come back to me. I'm going to go the 2-1 Celtic, John. I'm going to go Celtic. That's my heart. It's totally my heart saying that, John. It's nothing to do with what I think it's actually going to be. I'm just going by my heart. I'm going to go with the 2-1 to Celtic. And what I was going to say, actually, John, a minute ago was, I think that's us up to 37 goals conceded. That defence has conceded 37 goals this season in all competitions, John. And that's with every manager that's been there. Martin O'Neill, Brendan Rodgers and Nancy. So the defence is just leaking goals right, left and centre. You're absolutely bang on. But I'll go the 2-1 anyway, John. And you're going the 2 each. Get your guess in, everybody, for the correct score competition. One guess into the comments. Right, John, we'll do the wee predictor very quickly, John. We'll run through this because I know you've got things to do. I've got things to do as well. And we'll call it a day. That's nearly an hour anyway. So let's quickly run through the predictor, John. Dundee United against Dundee.
Oh, I'll just go for an Arab spin. I'll go for 2-0 to Dundee United.
Yeah, 1-0 in the derby there in Dundee to Dundee United. Falkirk against Aberdeen.
I'll go for a Falkirk win in this one. 2-1 to Falkirk.
Right, I'm going to go 2-1 to Aberdeen. I'll tell you why once I've done the predictor, right, John? So we'll move on. Hearts against Livingston. Top of the table, Hearts, that is.
I think Hearts will beat them. I'll go for 3-0 to Hearts.
2-1 to Hearts. Command against Hibs.
Hibs to win it. 3-1.
Yeah, they played well, Hibs, didn't they? 2-0 to Hibs. Motherwell against St Mirren. Sorry, Barcelona against St Mirren.
Barcelona against St Mirren. Look, I think Motherwell were a good wee team. They really are a good wee team. They played well, but they were handed that win on a plate, like every other team that's beat Celtic under Nancy, handed it on a plate. Look, they've got good wee players, a couple of half decent players in that Motherwell team. I'm going to go for a Motherwell win. Narrow win, 2-1 to Motherwell.
Yeah, and when I say Barcelona against St Mirren, John, that wasn't a criticism. They played brilliant. They were really, really sharp, crisp, no pressure, just played really nice football. So that was a compliment more than anything. And I'll say 2-0 to Barcelona, John. Okay. Bruni watch Ayr United against Queen's Park.
I'll go for an Ayr United win, 3-1.
And by the way, why Michael Stewart was talking about the well has been Barcelona or Real Madrid against Celtic the other night. Honestly, I've not seen a guy get so excited. Anyway,
But look, you can't gauge any team by beating Celtic right now. You can't, because anybody can beat Celtic right now. They all know how it's so easy to get in behind Celtic. And when the Celtic players are just standing off watching a team, that makes it even easier for the team. So you can't gauge any team by beating Celtic. Michael Stewart's an absolute walloper anyway. You know what my thoughts on him?
yeah, bottom of the league Dundee can beat us, John, and bottom of the league Livingston can take 2 goals off us. You know, as you say, it's you just need to know what's going to happen in the next game, from one game to the next, John. We'll move on. Did I give my Ayr United score? No. 1-0 to Queen's Park, John, for me in that one. Dunfermline against Ross County. Lenny watch.
I'll go for a Ross County win, 2-0 to Ross County.
Yeah, 1 each in that one for me. And last of all, Celtic B, if it doesn't get any worse, we've got Celtic B away to Braves. What do you think there, John?
That's something for that team, isn't it? Braves. I picture the board meeting when they were getting together. Right, we're starting a team here, lads. Going to have 11 really tough guys in the team, really tough boys, you know, local boys, good, tough local boys. What we're going to call us? I've got it. Braves. Brilliant idea. Let's go. Let's run with that. Braves. Brave boys. Big, brave, butch boys. Cracking team. A lot of nonsense.
I like how you added a wee butch bit in there.
It just sounds like the kind of. I mean, you've got to call your team Braves. You've got to back it up. Know what I mean?
Brave and butch. Anyway, John, what are you thinking?
I'm going to go for a. It's going to be the Brave boys. They boys are tough, man. I'm going to go for a 3-0 win to the Braves.
Yeah, 2-1 to the Braves for me in that one. Oh, that's disaster, isn't it, John? All right, okay. That wraps up the predictor anyway. And I was going to tell you earlier on about why I picked Aberdeen to beat Falkirk. I had a wee look at the up-and-coming fixtures, John. Right, on Tuesday night, the Rangers play Aberdeen at Ibrox. And then on the Sunday, a few days later, the Rangers play Aberdeen at Pittodrie. So I don't know if that's correct or if it's a mistake, but I've checked it in a few different places and it seems to be right, John. So I don't know what that's all about. Why the Rangers play Aberdeen twice in 4 days. Don't know. So that's why I picked Aberdeen to beat Falkirk, just in hopes that they've got a wee bit of, you know, higher morale going into the 2 games, if you like. What's that all about, John? 2 games in 4 days against Aberdeen?
I don't know what you were talking. I was just looking it up. Let me just double check that to see if that's right. If it is, that's a very strange one, especially if it's 2 league games. So they've got Celtic, obviously. Aye, you're right enough. I mean, saying Scottish Premiership, Tuesday the 6th of January, the Rangers versus Aberdeen. And then the Sunday is Aberdeen against the Rangers the Sunday after that on the 11th. So you're right enough. So
Very
that
strange.
can't be wrong. That surely that is strange, isn't it?
Yeah. So back-to-back games against Aberdeen in the league. No cup games here, John. These are both in the league. I don't know what that's all about, unless it's games in hand or something. I don't know. If anybody should be playing games in hand, it should be Celtic, no the Rangers. Anyway.
I see they're back out the box, their fans, by the way, using Celtic fans patter that Celtic fans used to slag them. They're now using exactly the same lines, the same phrases, everything the same, as per usual. The Rangers 2012 copying Celtic. Just copying everything today, the patter and all that. Just absolutely, they're a joke, isn't they, that mob?
Yeah. Well, they've had plenty of lessons, John, and receiving, receiving plenty of banter, shall we say?
Oh, they're skilled.
Yeah, and they're well trained on it. So yeah, they're just going to copy everything that the Celtic fans and the supporters do, using all the Celtic banter, because they've not got any banter of their own. But that's fine. Feel free to use it because it's only temporary. And you've got to laugh at the banter as well, John, because they're third in fact, they're no fourth. They're third or fourth anyway in the league table.
And third.
Third, is it? Yeah.
Okay. Definitely third. But look, they're getting confidence watching Celtic. Hearts are getting confidence watching Celtic. They're all having a right good time watching Celtic right now. Anybody that turns up against us can turn us over. We know that. It's pretty easy to turn Celtic over. And that's why going into this game, I ain't confident at all. This is... I might not even watch it, to be honest with you. Nah, I wouldn't miss it, of course, but especially with it being at Celtic Park. Maybe the big crowd behind them will spur Celtic on. I really don't know. I've just looking through comments, by the way, looking at Rangers fans' comments. I had to mention this absolute banger, and I hope you're listening, mate, because you're, apart from Michael Stewart, you're second walloper of the week because you're not quite as bad as Spam Eyes Stewart. He's got eyelids like 2 slices of chopped pork.
All right, okay. What's the commenter saying, John, the Rangers supporter?
Right. I'm not going to mention his name, but this is how bad they are. Going from winning we nearly drew with Bayern Munich Cup. We talked about we nearly drew with Bayern Munich Cup. We did draw with Bayern Munich, you an absolute mug.
Yeah, that's it. So it's rang right away.
It's rang right away, you know what I mean? We nearly drew with Bayern Munich Cup. 1 each, the score was, mate. Get a grip of yourself, you an absolute mug. And then he says, this is too funny. It's so funny. He's killing himself laughing. See when Rangers get beat, I never sit and kill myself laughing. I just go, yes, that'll do me. Thank you very much. I certainly don't know about the flair laughing. You know what I mean? So,
no, you've got to give them the wee moments, John, I'm afraid. You've got to give them that because it won't last long, trust me. But, the Celtic board, this is all down to the board, John. Every single bit of this, Rangers getting jollies, Hearts getting jollies, every other set of supporters in the league getting jollies out of it as well, John. And you had the Motherwell fans that they're right as well, getting their jollies out of it. But no, let them have their jollies, John, because this slump, it won't last forever. And it certainly will end as soon as Wilfred Nancy is out the club. And I might be saying that, John, I might be out of hand saying that because he might get that result against the Rangers and then he might turn it all around. We can only pray that that's the case.
Aye, well, that's it. Look, we're going to turn the corner at some point. This form isn't going to last forever. This run of defeats and stuff, it's not going to go on forever. It's going to end at some point, whether it's Nancy getting sacked and bringing in a half-decent manager that understands the way Celtic play, understands what it means to manage Celtic, not just play for Celtic, but to manage them. It will happen. We will turn the corner. I know it might seem a million miles off right now, but with all the defeats and stuff. But the corner will be turned. I'm not saying it'll be this season. It might not be this season. But it will definitely be next season. And we will turn the corner. And look, we're still not at the league. We're only, what, many points is it? 3 points behind Motherwell? Motherwell. Hearts.
Yeah, only 3 points behind the top, yeah.
So, look, there's a long way to go in the league still. We've only played 18 games, 18 or 19, whatever it is. So, look, there's tons of time to go. And there's time to turn the corner. There's time for somebody else to come in. There's time for maybe Nancy will get it right. Maybe it'll click with the players. Look, we just don't know. I can't see it myself. But there is time, Xander. There is still time to get it right. It's not as if we're 12 points behind the top or something like that. Because we're one game out it. And there is time to turn it around. So there is always that side of things. All that said, I'm still not confident about tomorrow.
Yeah, well, that's it, John. What do you think about it? A 3-0 win against the Rangers and Livingston to beat Hearts 2-0. We're top of the league. So, think about it that way, you know. Anyway.
That's true. It's very true. There's never true a word said.
Yeah, okay. All right, John, we'll wrap it up there. Thanks for that. Very interesting. Not as jolly as we normally are, but it's not jolly times just now with Celtic. It really isn't. 65 defeats and 7, is it? Could be 6 and 8 if they turn us over, and we just hope that doesn't happen. We kick on after a win against the Rangers on Saturday. That's what we're all hoping for, clearly. Right, John, we'll be back Monday to do the post-match reaction to the Glasgow Derby. You looking forward to that?
Can't wait, Xander.
Okay, I'll catch you Monday, buddy. Cheers, buddy. Hail for now.
Hail, Xander.
The Celtic Forever Podcast, home of the champions.